Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Monday, March the 17th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to have a strong start to the week with ASX Futures up 1.1%. This follows a sharp reversal on global markets with risk-on sentiment driving equities higher. Wall Street saw the biggest rally since the election of Donald Trump in November, with investors hunting for bargains after major indices fell into correction. The prospect that a US government shutdown was to be avoided also helped buoy sentiment. All 11 major sectors in the S&P 500 ended higher, with tech shares rising 3%, with chip stocks the outperformers. Nvidia shares surged ahead of this week's GPU technology conference, which is expected to culminate in an anticipated keynote address from Nvidia Chief Executive Jensen Huang. Shares of Apple, the world's most valuable company, suffered their biggest weekly drop since the height of the COVID sell-off 5 years ago, having lost some 12%. Tesla shares rose following a report on its plans to make a lower-cost version of its best-selling Model Y in China, as it aims to regain ground lost during the price war in the second-largest market. And shares of the gold miners rose, tracking the price of bullion, which eclipsed $3,000 an ounce for the first time. Well, US consumer sentiment has plunged to a 2.5-year low, while inflation expectations have soared amid concerns that President Trump's tariffs would boost prices and erode economic growth. The University of Michigan said its consumer sentiment index dropped to 57.9, the lowest level since November 2022. Inflation expectations for 5 to 10 years rose to 3.9%. Well, US Treasury yields rose on Friday on concerns of the potential inflationary impacts of tariffs, while a recovery in equities reduced safe haven demand for US government debt. The yield on the 10-year note was up 3 basis points to 4.31%, the 2-year up around 6 basis points to 4.01%. The US dollar index marginally lower on Friday, the Aussie dollar sitting at 63.2 US cents. And Bitcoin is trading around 83,000 US dollars. Oil prices rebounded on Friday as investors weighed the diminishing prospect of a quick end to the Ukraine war that could bring back more Russian energy supplies to Western markets. Brent crude futures up around 1% to $70 a barrel. Copper fell 0.5% at the end of the week. Iron ore up more than 0.5% to $103 a tonne. And gold hit a new record on Friday, rising above $3,000 an ounce for the first time to be up 14% since the beginning of the year. It's since slipped back below that key milestone. The quiet week ahead locally, with Westpac's leading index for February out Wednesday. And the focus, though, will be on labour force data for February on Thursday. Overseas today, we get retail sales for China, and tonight, US retail sales data for February, along with the Empire State Manufacturing Index. Tuesday sees US import and export prices, as well as industrial production. Wednesday, the US Federal Reserve revealed its interest rate decision, as does the Bank of Japan. Thursday, we get New Zealand economic growth data for the December quarter, and the Bank of England hands down its policy decision. Locally today, those companies trading ex-dividend include Austin Engineering, Hub24 and Ramelius Resources, and we get an earnings update from coal miner New Hope. That's your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.